Hi guys, it's Phoenix, and I just wanted to say welcome. So we're going to start this spiritual journey together, and we're going to talk about kind of what hoodoo is, hoodoo isn't, what we do, what we don't do, and kind of all of the spiritual practices aligned together for ATR, African traditional religions and practices, and kind of what we're doing. Man, it took forever to get to be alone with you guys to make this video. There's literally like 70 million thousand kids running around this house, so hi, we're alone. The first thing I want to talk about is I am a practitioner of hoodoo. It is not voodoo. It is not a religion of voodoo science. Hoodoo is folklore. It is folk magic. It is kind of practicing what our ancestors were able to carry over from their African religions, and kind of how they were able to transmute that or transform that into practices that were available and practical and ready for spiritual work in the United States during the slavery time as they saw it, and as they had access to. So it is a tradition that's passed on usually through vocal tradition, and that's passed on by a little of your own magic. So we're just saying hello tonight, getting to know each other on our spiritual journey and going from here. I really love hoodoo practice. It's kind of awesome. And if it speaks to you, it speaks to you. There's plenty of other people that do Santeria, Brujeria, Voodoo, Voodoo. It's kind of all a commingle of the same type of background of starting a religion from ATRs that we didn't have access to, and kind of trying to carry on our African traditions. And it transformed through different continents, through different traditions, through just kind of where you were at. New Orleans had its own kind of French voodoo. People in the South had their own kind of hoodoo traditions. And so from what's been passed on to me and what I've been practicing, we're going to share it and figure out how to make it your own. The first thing to understand is a lot of people, of course, they don't want us to practice hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, Brujeria. They want us to be Christians. And if you're a Christian and coming to your own understanding of African religions and your roots and things like that, I want you to know it's a safe space. You can still love Jesus, still love God, still be Catholic, Christian, whatever religion, believe in whatever higher power you believe in, and still understand the root and the works of hoodoo tradition. So it's okay. I love me some Jesus, whatever they say. I am not going to be on this channel debating whether or not God is real, Jesus is real, what you believe in. Very much more so focused on the goddess in you. It's real. We are the magical makeup of the universe, and it lives within you. And so we're going to focus on that. Not so much of dogma or traditional religion. We're going to focus on the energy and the spirit and the goddess that you can invoke in you. Through hoodoo, through voodoo, through traditional Christianity, through prayers, petitions, conjure, kind of whatever you say. And then, secondly, I'm going to need you to bear with me. I'm not a jump on camera, talk to the masses kind of person, but I've been compelled to make this channel and join this community and kind of create this forum so that we can talk, so that we can collaborate. And so here I am, kind of wide open and naked and here with you. So let's start this spiritual journey together. I have always been in doctrine, but I recently went through a horrible time. And I discovered through that horrible time of heartbreak and heartache and loss and failure, I kind of discovered that I've always been devastated. I've always been depressed and upset and kind of just struggling to get by. And it wasn't until this catastrophic event that happened with a couple of my friends that I discovered that I've always been really lost and damaged. And I started doing a lot of Ignore my dog. I'm sorry, it's my son's dog. If you need a dog, hit me up. We can make an offer. Anyway, but I started discovering how damaged I was and decided to do a lot of shadow work. And it led me through the spiritual journey. And I'm still on it and still kind of like working through it. And this shit is hard. Real hard. But as I do, I meet people in my path. I've joined a couple groups. I've talked to a couple people and heard a lot of questions that are really repetitive. And I thought, why can't we all collaborate and get together on the basics and have a safe space? I thought I was going to die a couple times through the shadow work. And I was so confused, and there's so many options online. I figured, why not get to the basics? There's a trillion reasons and seasons and things to do with rose quartz crystals and chakra healing and astrology and numerology. I was overwhelmed, but I knew that I was in a space where the things that I was learning was more than the program I learned in a master's degree or what I learned in the Army or what I was learning in corporate America. Like, it was above and beyond and very vast. And I got really lost really fast. And I saw a lot of people asking, like, what do I do with my crystals? Or, you know, how do I start my spiritual journey? And having gone through the first leg, I'm like, yeah, we can all do this together, because it's really not as complicated as it seems. And the biggest thing to realize is that the magic lives within you. It starts within you. I know a lot of people are worried about doing things wrong and getting crosses and hexes on them, and worried about karma, the 3 times rule, all that stuff. And it's actually really easy to figure out, and it's customizable, which is the greatest thing. I've done work. I've done Conjoure for maybe the past 3 or 4 years. Not that long. I know people are like, I've been a 30-year witch. And I'm like, well, you know, I've been doing this for a few years, and I really found success, quantifiable success. Those love spells that you guys are talking about and all that other stuff, I've seen it work. I've made it happen. I've like put it together, and I'm like, this shit is for real. It's really real. And I'm like, whoa, like, you know, but there's levels, and there's work that you have to do. And it's not as easy as, oh, I'm gonna win $1 million and turn into Beyonce. Like, there's really quantifiable like levels that you have to take, and it's life-changing when you really figure out the formula. When you really figure out your magic versus the hoodoo, it's like life-changing. So in the essence of not rambling on, we're going to talk about hoodoo basics. And literally what you need to get started is right here. Manifestation, journaling, and meditating. Right? And most people are like, I can't meditate. I tried to meditate. It doesn't work. It has to work, honey. You have to get in tune with meditation. So you have to get in tune with yourself and your own magic in order to be able to do anything as far as like hoodoo or magic work or conjure or root work. And we can talk about all those terms later. But for the most part, in order to manifest your magic, you have to be able to get in tune with yourself. Ignore the nails, honey. They're a mess. I've been digging up holes in the crossroads. My nails are a mess. Anyway, for very, very basic conjure work, I would say you need a glass of water that invokes the spirits. You always get your glass of water when you're getting ready to meditate or do your work. And then you want to light your candle that brings the fire, the intention, the enhancement to put it forth. It doesn't matter what kind of candle you light. And if you only have cheap dollar store candles or bath, like I'm a budget brujeria, I'll tell you, honey, I'll go to the dollar store in a minute if I was in a pinch. So you can get basic candles. Whatever candles you have, bring that heat, bring that fire, get you that glass full of purified or whatever kind of water. Because some people are like, oh, should I get filtered water? Does it have to be distilled water? Girl, get you some water, sink water, tap water, distilled water. Get you some water. It's water. You think your spirit's gonna be like, oh, this is not Fiji water. I don't want to come manifest in it. No, get you some water. Whatever kind of water you feel pulled to get a glass of water, light a candle, Get yourself out something to write on and something to write with. Write your intentions down and meditate and see that and feel that candle burn and invoke those spirits through water. And that's the very first step. So step 1, be willing to write down what you want to manifest, what you want to see, what you want to bring to light, what you want to solve. Be willing to get that glass of water so it brings your spirit so they can be with you. And light that fire so it brings your intentions. But of everything in this video, the most important of all, and I guess I should have said this in the beginning, but I'm new at this, so forgive me. But we're invoking the spirits in Hoodoo of our ancestor. The very, very, very first practitioners of every blood, cell, DNA, stem, whatever that runs through our veins. It's the spirit of our ancestors that are making all this come to light. You really want to be powerful? You make sure you figure out how to praise and be delightful and give thanks and to be able to invoke and involve your ancestors through this process. That's the tenement of Hoodoo work. We call on our ancestors and our spirit guides, and they definitely guide us through this process. So as you light your candle, fill your glass with water, get ready to meditate, manifestation, and write it down. Make sure that you're ready to give praise and thanks and call on your ancestors. That's rule number 1. So we have praise to our ancestors. We have a candle, any color, any intention, because we're beginning. We have a glass of water to invoke the spirits, and we have our full heart and attention ready to manifest and to bring forward what we believe. Step 1. Step 1.